Truth Section is the three horsemen of a successful podcast, but that's something so like. So the link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. So let's into this vaccine 3, 2, 1.
Here are 5 things every guy wants to do. Number 1, hunting. You know, just getting out in the woods with the freaking bow and arrow.
Oh no! You got a Minecraft ball. You look like a Minecraft ball.
Boof, bear. Boof, donkey. Boof,
Monkey.
beaver. Just you
A beaver.
in the wilderness, camo and all. Just, alright, I've never been hunting. Number 2, driving a freaking race car. Just out on the track with the 700 horsepower V8. I've never driven a race car. Number 3, being on a freaking yacht. Just out in the sun with your bathing suit and you're just out there with your fishing rod, catching like marlin and stuff. I've never caught a fish before. Number 4, becoming a father.
Number 4, becoming a father.
And finally, number 5, starting a freaking podcast.
So in the podcast.
Every person, screw every guy, screw that entire first part of the video. Every person has at some point or another said, I want to start a podcast. What's that? No, you haven't said that? Okay, well, the world doesn't revolve around you, last I checked. It doesn't freaking revolve around you, all right? Now get it in your stupid little... Oh my God. Oh my God, it does. Wanting to start a podcast, either by yourself or with your friends, is an integral part of growing up, of becoming a true human being. And most of the time, I'm gonna make a little bit of a generalization here, most of the time, it doesn't work out too well, but I'll get to that in a second. How do I know that starting a podcast is an integral part of growing up, of the human experience? Number 1, it's because I talk to a camera alone in my room. So I kind of know what the uncomfortable media experience is like. Number 2, I'm on a podcast of my own. Yes, no biggie, you know, I sort of edit it and stuff, and I sort of crack jokes here and there and tell close personal stories and make people laugh and make them cry all at the same time. No, I don't do any of that, but I am on the podcast, and I do edit the podcast, so I have a fair bit of experience of what it's like just sitting in front of a microphone trying to come up with something to say. And let me tell you, it's not as easy as it sounds. But if I'm saying that so many of us have thought about starting a podcast, tried to start a podcast, started a podcast, and failed starting a podcast, the big question is, why are we all so drawn to starting a podcast, bro? And I'll be answering that question today in 3 mini questions.
3 mini questions?
Oh, sorry, I have to pop them up right now. Number 1, why are we all so drawn to podcasts? Well, Number 2, what are we even expecting to talk about on a podcast? And number 3, I think this is the most interesting question. What happens if your podcast actually takes off? So without further ado, subscribe and let's get right into it. Okay, first problem, I already forgot what my first question was. So I'm gonna go back real quick and figure out what I said. All right, I found it. Question number 1, why podcasts? Why are we so drawn to podcasts?
Yeah.
And I want to preface this by saying, those of you who don't have friends should get the hell out of here, because this isn't gonna make sense to you. No, wait, don't leave yet. Don't leave. I'm sorry. I can be your friend, okay? For the purpose of this video, I'll be your friend. Now, for those of us who do have friends, it's gonna be a little bit easier to comprehend. We're funny. You know, in the context of many things, I might not be funny. I might not come off as that charming, but in the context of friends, in my mind at least, I am hilarious. Now, is that because I'm actually funny, because I'm actually hilarious, or because I've carefully selected a group of buddies, of friends, of pals that pertain to my particular exact set of humor? The world may never know. But as far as I'm aware, when I'm with my friends, my ability to crack a joke, to crack a witty joke. For example, the other day my friend said, what time is it? And to which I responded immediately. I mean, this was right up the dome. I said, that's not a goldfish, that's my wallet.
That's my wallet.
It's truly amazing the type of humor you develop when you're in a group of friends, especially when you're in a group of friends for a long time. Because at a certain point, you guys are so close to each other that you just know what makes them laugh. That being said, I maybe, and I'm being generous here, have a 10% success rate when cracking a joke, meaning that 10% of the time I'll get a from one of them, which is terrible, but the fact that I can rattle them off just left and right makes it seem like I'm a little bit funnier than I am. So what I'm saying is, the reason that so many people, so many buddies are so drawn to podcasts is that they think if they sit down in a room with their pal, they're just gonna make sparks happen. Just Socrates and Plato over here. Or Plato and Aristotle. Or Aristotle and Alexander, what was it? He was good at some, Alexander the Great. And I actually do have my own personal experience with this. Not exactly a podcast, but a podcast of sorts. A podcast of sorts if you took the audio aspect and turned it into video as well. A YouTube video of sorts. We started a YouTube channel together called Hot Cross Buns. I'm gonna link it down in the description of this video, or boom, 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 right there. Me and my buddy Luke came up with this idea one day. We were like, oh my God, how have we not thought of this before? We will start a channel because we, in the context of each other, are hilarious. And you know, in these videos, I'm prone to a little bit of exaggeration, but I'm being dead serious. We make each other cry laughing. So we thought, why couldn't we transfer that over to a YouTube video? And so, Hot Cross Buns was created. And when was Hot Cross Buns created? February 28th, 2025. Okay, it's been a year. How many videos have we uploaded? 3. The last one was in November. We currently have 27 subscribers. We've lost 1 subscriber in the past 28 days. And in the past 28 days, we've gotten 1 view. But even so, despite it not going so hot, I truly believe if we continued posting and we were able to post consistently, that channel would be a banger, which is an important detail. Let's put it behind the old head right here. Consistency. Yeah. Consistency is key. So to recap the question of why are we all so drawn to podcasts, I say, because we're all such good friends. We all love each other so much. We want to share it with the world. My second question for the podcasters out there, what are we expecting to talk about? This is where I think a lot of people run into trouble when trying to create a podcast. Because okay, you guys think you're hilarious together, and maybe you are hilarious together. But being hilarious together when you're out and about is very different than being hilarious together when you're stuck in a room together. Because then, the pressure's on. Because all of a sudden, it's no longer banter between 2 lifelong friends. It's your life on the line. A potential career, millions of dollars that you could be throwing away because what? You can't make conversation? Just make conversation. Just be funny like you always are. Uh-oh. Now it's a little bit more difficult. And some people do have a topic to talk about, but I'd say the vast majority have 0 clue what they would talk about. And 0 clue of what they would talk about in the long term. Again, right behind my head, consistency. So to answer the question, what are you expecting to talk about on this prospective podcast of yours? The answer is, there is no answer. Well, there's no direct answer, but you better dang well know what you're gonna talk about on this podcast. Because if you don't, it's gonna get awkward, and it's gonna get awkward quick. Question number 3, what do you do if your podcast takes off? You've learned how to be consistent with your lifelong pal. You've learned what to talk about. You have a real good topics here. And one day, boom, a clip goes viral on TikTok. The next day, boom, 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 you're blowing up. You're blowing up because of these podcasts. All of a sudden, a simple idea of, dude, we should start a freaking podcast has turned into a possibly $1 million deal. And the answer for me personally is I don't know, because I don't have the experience to answer it. But there are 2 people that do know the answer.
Come on, bro. It's a moose. I was knocking over. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you could pick up an 18-wheeler?
These 2 right here, Joe and Frank, I believe their names are the embodiment of dude we should start a podcast. Because they, as far as I'm aware, just press record and start talking. At least that's what it feels like. I'm sure that they have a real extensive, like they really work hard to make these podcasts, you know. But at their core, they're just two lifelong bestest buddies talking. And it works. They know what they're talking about.
It's a moose. I'll just knock it over.
Kinda. Joe and Frank here started a movement. And I mean a movement of people starting semi-successful podcasts on the same exact basis. And I'm pretty sure these two have started the whole trend, if you've seen it, where people are like, they're like the Pacific Ocean. And then the other guy's like, did you just say Pacific Ocean? And then the other guy's like, yeah, what? It's the ocean like near Los Angeles, like Pacific Ocean. And then the other guy's like, dude, are you serious right now? Please let me know if you've seen that, because otherwise I'm gonna feel real stupid. So to answer the question, what do you do if your podcast takes off? My answer is to do basically, you know, not exactly, but exactly what these two did. Because they're selling out arenas. They were on one of the late night talk shows. I don't know which one it was. And you wanna know how they're doing it? They're doing it by sitting in front of two microphones, talking to their best friend. That's the dream, baby. That's the dream. So all in all, when we're dealing with podcasts, when we're dealing with the phrase, dude, let's start a podcast, the most important things to do are, number one, have a lifelong best friend that you just have a harmonious connection with. That's the only way I can put it. Harmonious connection. Number two, be consistent. Number three, have something, a little something to talk about. And finally, number four, watch the money roll in. It's that simple. Kind of. You know, there's a lot of moving parts here that I'm not talking about. All in all, when people say, dude, we should start a podcast, the general population might think, that's dumb, that's not going anywhere. But me, I think it's probably not going anywhere. No, there's always a chance. There's always a chance. Because if you really think about it, the original podcasters, the original dude, we should start a podcast, were, say it with me, the Beatles.
The Beatles, really? Really, the Beatles?
Yup, well, not really. They're more of a, dude, we should start a band. That's gonna be a future video. But yeah, podcasting, while it can be cool, has its drawbacks, has its awkward moments as someone who is on a podcast himself, not to brag or anything. But if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, please leave a like, and please comment. Have you tried to start a podcast with a buddy? Or do you utterly hate podcasts? Let me know. All right, bye. Subscribe. I don't know if I said that yet.
I think the podcast is okay, but the podcast is enough for me, no? Well, that was the 3 Horsemen of the successful podcast by the Horsemen. So the link to the video will be in the description below. Go and check them out. And drop a like if you like, and comment below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you want to. And click the post so you can be notified me below and when the post and go up in what time. Wow.